Hello, Sports Recap fam. I'm going to try once again to upload a video. I tried this last week, but I'm kind of glad it didn't upload because last week was basically a rant of the Independence Bowl. The topic today will be the ACC football bowl season and closing the door on 2011. Okay, so let's go over how the bowl season started. Remember, UNC was the first bowl game from the ACC to play, and we remember how that game went. The players, the coaches, clearly our team was not ready to go, and it showed. Missouri did not punt until halfway in the third quarter. It looked like Carolina gave the game up. In the second quarter, when they went for three instead of seven, when you're down 24, I think you should go for seven, not three. So apparently we gave the game up. That game ended in a 17-point blowout. Mizzou, so ACC is 0-1. NC State did try to redeem the ACC the next day by getting the win over Louisville. Their offense looked really good out there. Their D-line looked pretty good too at times. But Mike Glennon and them, they were getting it done. And Louisville made a little fake comeback, but it was clear it was too little too late. So NC State brought the ACC back to 500. Next bowl game, Champ Sports Bowl, Florida State and Notre Dame. Notre Dame was no team played extremely well in that game early on. Like Notre Dame's only 7 points going to have was like a fumble return or something stupid like that. I didn't watch it at the beginning at least, but Florida State was able to capitalize on a couple of Notre Dame turnovers come the fourth quarter, and like that, a 14-0 lead just automatically just snapped into a 15-14 lead just like that. Florida State did manage to win the game 18-14. That's what Florida State does for you. Florida State beat Florida only having 95 yards of offense. Their offense doesn't win games. At least not this year they didn't. Their defense has won many games. So the Champ Sports was no different for Florida State. ACC now at 2-1. Wake Forest played Mississippi State in Music City Bowl. To me, this seemed like the biggest mismatch on paper. Now, this is before before bowl season started. It just felt like if there's one game you think that the ACC won't win, it was this one. Now, kudos for Wake to hang in there tough. I think they actually had a chance to win down the stretch. But it's not like Mississippi State didn't just turn over the ball like 3 or 4 times. They turned over the ball 3 times in the first half. So that was a game Wake probably shouldn't have been in. And the ACC dropped one more. We're now 2-2, 500 again. Georgia Tech played Utah in the Sun Bowl. Georgia Tech's triple offense was looking pretty good, especially down like in the third quarter. Georgia Tech was able to build a 24-10 lead, and then they could not defend, say, 24-10 lead because their defense was getting shredded up, and their triple option offense, which is supposed to prevent this comeback stuff, couldn't get a first down when it mattered. Al Grove's little defense, they've been sucking all year. And I don't know why the media keeps showing Al Grove more than they show Paul Johnson, their actual head coach. But it is what it is. Georgia Tech choked once again. They lost in overtime. Georgia Tech has lost 7 straight bowl games now. Now, I'm not following that triple option too much this year. But it is becoming a liability because for some reason it's not winning these bowl games. We're now at 2-3. UVA played Auburn in the Chick-Fil-A Bowl. I truly thought that UVA had a chance. And UVA and Auburn were playing lights out. It was one of those games where the defense was not really existent. You got everything you wanted in the first half. The score was 28-17 at half Auburn. And then in the second half, I think Auburn came up to play and UVA didn't. Auburn kept lighting up the scoreboard, and UVA just couldn't. They just fell short. The defense from Auburn just putting in the stops. So that makes the ACC 2-4. Then we got the BCS Bowls. Virginia Tech, which didn't really deserve the Sugar Bowl bid it got, took full advantage of said bid. Virginia Tech was playing Michigan. The game was kind of sloppy, but Virginia Tech clearly dominated all first half And then somewhere around like the 5 minute mark, Denard Robinson throws up this like prayer, and the Virginia Tech defender goes up for the pick. He doesn't get the pick; he took a bad angle. So the other, not only does the wide receiver catch the ball, but he runs it in. And then the resulting kickoff, the Virginia Tech player fumbles, and the guy comes over and picks it up, gets the ball back. That's a 10-point swing. A 6-0 Hokie lead turned to a 10-6 Michigan lead in the snap of a finger. It was ridiculous. Now, you continue watching the game. Michigan built like an 8-point lead. Virginia Tech rallied back, and they went to overtime. The thing that took me off, don't get me wrong, Virginia Tech did shoot themselves in the foot time after time after time. Like with that fake punt with Danny Cole and all that stuff, they really did. But that replay preview, the one where Danny Cole caught the ball, well, he didn't catch the ball in the end zone, quote unquote. And the referees, they ruled a touchdown, and then they went to the replay and overturned it. I still don't think that you can overturn based on the angles we saw today. Like, to me, to sit there and overturn the call is to insert yourself in and say to yourself, yeah, he probably didn't make the catch. Because neither of the angles gave you enough evidence to overturn it. The call on the field was touchdown. Everybody thought it was a touchdown. Even Michigan's coach, Brady Hoke, thought it was a touchdown. It should have stood. Maybe VT loses in second overtime. We don't know. But VT did deserve better than that. They outgained Michigan 2-1. They made plays down the stretch to tie the game, and it looked like to give them the advantage going to the first overtime. But the referees came in, and that kicker suspension came back to bite them. Not surprised, but it is what it is. Virginia Tech made a great showing for the ACC. It was the best showing I think this year the ACC has had. That's 2-5. Yeah, Clemson played last night. I just can't help laugh looking at the Orange Bowl. Clemson led 17-14. The wheels start falling off when Andre Ellington runs into the end zone to what looks like Clemson scored. Go ahead. And all of a sudden, this West Virginia player comes out emerging from the mess with the ball. He runs 99 yards to put West Virginia up by 11. It was ridiculous. Like, what kind of swing just happened here? But Clemson's defense totally didn't come to play. Anything that defensive coordinator was doing was a mess. The announcer said West Virginia only runs like 7 or 8 plays. Yeah, the tempo is an issue, but clearly Clemson's defensive coordinator was not ready for this game. They got lit up for 70 points last night, and it could have been much, much worse had West Virginia not taken the third quarter and a bunch of the fourth quarter off. And that's what we get, 2-6. So the bowl season for the ACC ended the way it began with a blowout fashion. And I think it's safe to say all 12 schools in the ACC are ready to slam the book on this year. Hopefully next year will be better. I really hope it can be for Carolina at least. Clemson should probably not be as inconsistent as they were. And Virginia Tech probably needs David Wilson if they want to be good next year. We'll see. Talk to you later, Sports Recap fam.